exhausted. Okay, don't worry, I'm not taking any class today. It's just a question paper discussion. Okay. Okay, so in the previous in the last week Friday, actually we have discussed the question paper. At that time, actually we have completed only few topics like tautology, contradiction, and then we know only the definitions of proposition. Okay, so we didn't start with the laws of logic at that time. So in this question, actually, I think already you have an idea about this question number 1. Okay, so this we have already discussed. Just a moment. Okay, so now if you see the second question in the last class also, I have told you, since he is asking you to prove this LHS is logically equivalent to RHS, either you can prove this using the truth table or you can use laws of logic. Okay, so both are correct. So this question he has asked for 6 marks. Next. Okay, so this is the module number 3. Okay, so in module number 3, the topics that we have discussed is we have started with the Cartesian product, and I have introduced about the relations. And in the representation of the relations, I have taught you only the matrix representation. Okay, still I have not taught you the digraph and all. Okay, so out of the topics that we have discussed in the previous 2 classes, okay, so this in 2020, January 2020, in the latest question paper, so this question he have asked, I told you, right, in Cartesian product, either he will ask you the definition or one simple problem he will ask, or he might ask a theorem like this. Okay, so this question he has asked for 6 marks. Okay, so 3 marks each. So A cross of B union C is equal to A cross B union A cross C. So you know how to solve this, right? You just have to take some arbitrary ordered pair like X comma Y that belong to LHS, and you have to prove that the same thing also belong to the RHS. Then the first one is a subset of the second one. So similarly, if you prove that RHS is a subset of LHS, then from the rule of antisymmetry, both are equal. Okay, so easily you can get 6 marks here. Fine. So the next question, let A is a set which contains elements 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and R be the relation which is defined on the set A. Since this is defined only on the set A, such a relation is called as what? Can you tell me? I told you, right? If a relation is defined on a set to itself, such a relation is called as what? Students, can you answer me? Such a relation is called as binary relation. Exactly, right? So now, and the rule for that relation, what he's telling is A is a multiple of B. Okay, and he's asking you to represent the relation in the form of a matrix and also in the form of a diagram. See, actually the thing is he's asking 3 things here. So for this relation, you have to represent the relation in the form of a matrix and digraph. If you want to represent the relation in the form of digraph and matrix, prior to that, actually, first of all, you should write all the ordered pairs. Okay, so for the 3 things, he's just given 6 marks. He would have given at least 8 marks. Okay, anyhow, fine. But easily you can score the marks here. So actually, students, actually, the relation that he's telling is if the first element is a multiple of the second element. Okay, so then you are going to include that in the relation. And you know how to write the relation in the form of a matrix. Okay, so digraph still I have not taught you. Digraph still I have not taught you. So can you just put in the comment section which are all the ordered pairs? If the first number is a multiple of second number, which are all are the ordered pairs that you are going to include? Try to answer. See, be careful. He did not tell, hey, A divides B. He is telling A is a multiple of B. I'll give an example. 2 will divide 4. 2 is not a multiple of 4. In fact, 4 is multiple of 2. Don't get confused. Most of the students, they will do mistake here. If they do mistake in this writing the ordered pairs itself, even if they write the matrix, digraph, everything also, the answer will be wrong. So he has asked you A is a multiple of B. Every number is a multiple of 1. I'm giving you the hint. Every number is a multiple of 1. Okay, G1 you have written 1 comma 1. No, G1. Actually, what you have written is wrong. Actually, I told you, right? 1 will divide 2, 1 will divide 3. But 1 is not a multiple of 3. Yeah, Apurva, you are telling 6 comma 1, 6 comma 2, 6 comma 3, 4 1, 4 2, 3 1, 2 2, 3 1, 2 1. Actually, every number is a multiple of itself. What you have written is correct. You have missed few things. That is, every number is a multiple of itself. You can include even that. Yes, actually, what Apurva have told is correct, but still you can include few more ordered pairs. See, actually, you can write 6, 6, 6, 3, 6, 2, 6, 1. Similarly, 4, 4, 4, 2, 4, 1. Next, 3, 3, 3, 1, 2, 2, 2, 1, and 1, 1. I think you got an idea, right? So once if you write the ordered pairs correctly, so next representing the relation in the form of a matrix and diagraph, it will be easy. Diagraph still I have not taught you, but the matrix will be easy, correct, right? So just you have to include the row elements and the column elements of the set on which the relation is defined. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Afterwards, if a relation exists, 1 you have to write, otherwise you have to write 0. Okay, so don't worry. So these kind of problems still we will solve. Okay, so in the coming classes we will solve more problems of this kind. Fine. So that's about 2020 question paper. So see, actually we have discussed only 2 classes. Out of that, only in the question paper they have asked 2 questions. Okay, so easily you can get 12 marks from 2 classes. You can solve 2 problems, 12 marks. Okay, fine. It's taking time to load. Okay, so this is January 2017 question paper. In the 2017 question paper, again, I think this question we have already solved. If P, Q, R are the propositions, he has given the truth values. So using which we need to find the values of these compound propositions. So he has asked for 4 marks. This tautology also we have solved. Okay. Okay. So this question actually define the dual of a logical statement. Okay. So what is this dual of the logical statement? I told you, right? How will you write in the form of a definition? What you can do is if P, okay. So if take capital letter P, if P is a compound proposition which contains the basic connectives like and, or, negation. So the dual of this proposition is represented as P. Over that you need to write PD, which is obtained by interchanging conjunction with the disjunction, disjunction with the conjunction, and tautology with contradiction, and contradiction with tautology. Okay, so just by replacing these connectives, you will get the dual of a proposition. Okay, so just you have to write those sentences and you have to give one example. If you don't give example, you won't get marks. And he's asking you verify the principle of duality. What is the principle of duality? I have told you, right? Principle of duality states that if some compound proposition, say for example P, this is logically equivalent to Q. Okay, if some compound proposition P is logically equivalent to Q, then what? Then its dual. What is the dual of P? PD. Then its dual will be also logically equivalent to QD. Okay, so if P and Q are logically equivalent, then their duals also will be logically equivalent. That is the principle of duality. And he is asking you to verify the principle of duality. Okay, so students, actually this problem we have not solved. In the laws of logic, just I have in the previous class, just I have mentioned few laws for you, and I have solved some sample 5 to 6 problems. Okay, so still we need to solve more and more problems. Okay, but just I'm giving you some idea here. So maybe with whatever the knowledge that you have, okay, regarding whatever the laws I have told you, whatever the hints that I have given, when to apply which law. So with that, actually, I think you can solve this. But the thing is, you should not solve here directly by taking LHS is logically equivalent to RHS. No, you should not do that. See, he's asking you to verify the principle of duality. Verify the principle of duality in the sense, so he has already given this LHS is logically equivalent to RHS. If you want to verify the duality principle, then you need to find the dual of this one. You need to find the dual of this, and then you have to find the dual of this one. And those duals, you have to check whether it is logically equivalent or not. I'll repeat, students, most of the students, they will do a mistake here. In exam, directly you should not prove this LHS is logically equivalent to RHS. Rather, first you have to find the dual of this. Next, you have to find the dual of this RHS. That part you have to find. That part you need to check whether it is logically equivalent or not. Okay, so these problems we will solve in the next class. Okay, but this is what is the mistake most of the students will do. Okay, so without reading the question properly, so what they will do is just they will see here. Okay, so they won't read the sentences, they won't have the patience. So just they will think that it's very easily we can solve this by using the laws of the logic, so they will solve. But the thing is, you have to verify carefully. So he is asking you to verify the principle of duality. So first you have to find the duals, then you need to check whether they are logically equivalent or not. Okay, so In the same year question paper, one more question he has asked using the laws of logic. That is P implies of Q implies R is logically equivalent to P ampersand Q implies of R. I think this problem we have already solved. See, actually in a single question paper, based on the laws of logic, he have asked two questions. Okay, so each question will carry four marks. Okay, so in the 2017 question paper, out of the topics that we have discussed in the module 1, 4 questions he have asked. Okay, so actually I have seen that question paper. Totally there were 8 questions. So out of the 8 questions, already we are able to solve 4 questions. Okay, so don't worry about this loss of logic problems much, because still we need to practice more problems. Okay, so I'm just giving you some idea how the questions will appear in the exam. Fine. So after this 2017 module 1 paper, okay, so this is the module 3 paper. So in the module 3 paper, he has asked only one question out of the topics that we have covered. Okay, I think this question yesterday we have solved, right? Already we have solved. Even the values are also same. Actually, this question is the most repeated one. Usually he won't even change the values. Okay, so the question is there are two sets A and B which contains elements 1, 2, 3, 2, 4, 5. Determine the number of binary relations on A. What is the formula for binary relation, students? If you know the number of elements in set A, so what is the formula for that? The formula to find the total number of relations. The formula to find the total, yes, exactly, 2 to the power of m into n. Since he has defined on the same set A, it's correct, 2 to the power of m into m. Fine. Okay. So that is the first question. And the second question is a number of relations from A to B that contain exactly 2 ordered pairs, 1, 2, 1, 5. This type of problem also we have solved, and which contain exactly 5 ordered pairs, which contain actually this is not exactly. I think a question I have copied wrongly. This is at least 7 ordered pairs. Okay, so this is at least 7 ordered pairs. Usually this question also he won't change. Usually the same question he will ask. Okay, so anyhow, we know how to solve this problem. Next. Okay, so this is the 2018 question paper. Prove that for any proposition PQR, this is logically equivalent to this using the truth table. Okay, so since he has given using the truth table, you should not use laws of logic. Okay, so be careful, read the question properly in the exam. And the second question is, if a proposition Q has a truth value 1, I think this problem also we have solved, right? I told you in the previous class also, don't memorize these sentences. By when you look at the textbook, most of the students, what they will do is they will try to memorize this. No, actually this final values, whatever you put, that is important. So here the sentences and all you can write on your own. Okay, you need not to use the same procedure. You can use a different procedure, it doesn't matter. Fine. Okay, so in module 3 2018 he have asked only one question. So he's telling that the set A contains elements 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 12 on A. Okay, so this is the set A. On A, define the relation R where the condition for the relation is A divides B. Okay, so previous problem we have solved with respect to A is a multiple of B, but here this time he has given A divides B. Okay, and now he is asking you to prove whether the relation is a partial order or not. Okay, so this part I have not taught you yet. Okay, so a partial order is a relation which is reflexive, anti-symmetric, and transitive. Okay, so still I have not taught you the properties of the relation. There are few properties like reflexive property, transitive property, anti-symmetric property, symmetric property. Fine. So under equivalence relation and then partial order. So those things I'll teach you later. And in the same question paper, he's asking you to write the Hasse diagram. This Hasse diagram is a one more representation of a relation. Okay, so far we are able to write the relation in the form of an ordered pair, and we know how to write the relation in the form of a 0-1 matrix. So similarly, we can represent the relation in the form of an arrow diagram, Hasse diagram. We can use other representations. Okay, so I'll teach you in the coming classes. And the last question is write down the matrix of a relation. Okay, so now I think out of these questions you can represent the relation in the form of an ordered pair, and you can write the relation as a matrix. Okay, so these two easily can these two sub questions you can solve. Okay, students, now I just want you to list the ordered pairs. So this is a binary relation which is defined on a set A, and the condition that he has given is the first element will divide the second element. So based on this, everyone try to put the answer in the comment section. Can you just list the ordered pairs? So you are taking time. Yes, exactly. Actually, the thing is there are so many elements in the set. Obviously, you'll get more ordered pairs. Okay, so Aditya Kumar, you have given there will be 12 ordered pairs. Others, is it correct? Actually, we have a formula to find the total number of ordered pairs in a Cartesian product and total number of possible relations. But given a relation, if we want to know how many ordered pairs are there, it is possible only if we write. Okay, anyhow, so other students, is it correct? Will we get only 12 ordered pairs? So I'll just read out for you. So 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 4, 1, 6, 1, 12. So every number will be divided by 1. So 2, 2, 2, 4, 2, 6, 2, 12, 3, 3, 3, 6, 3, 12, 4, 4, 4, 12, 6, 6, 6, 12, 12, 12. Okay. So anyhow, I think now you got an idea, right? Next. Fine. Okay. So now let us see 2018 question paper. So in this 2018 question paper, again, the question was on tautology. And in the same question paper, for 10 marks, he have asked using the logical equivalence, you need to prove using laws of logic. Okay. So easily you can score 10 plus 6, 16 marks. Easily you can score. So just by using the laws of the logic, you need to prove LHS is equal to RHS. So the thing is, as I have told you, I have solved only few problems on the laws of logic. Still, I need to solve more problems. Okay. So once I explain this, later you can attempt. Okay. So later you can try this to solve. Even if you cannot solve it, no issues. Okay. Because still we have not practiced more problems on that one. Okay. Fine. So now this is July 2017 question paper. Actually, the first question what he has asked is, he has asked the definitions. So he has asked the definition of a proposition, tautology, contradiction, and dual of a statement. Okay. So, and he has asked for 6 marks. So each sub question will carry 1.5 mark. And already I have told you, just if you write the sentence, you won't get full marks. Obviously, you need to write the example. What is a proposition? A proposition is a statement which can be either true or false, right? So based on that, you just have to give one example for the proposition, right? So in the very first class, I have told you, if I tell, say for same example, I'll give you. Suppose if I tell, if tomorrow is a holiday, I cannot consider that as a proposition because it is unpredictable. I cannot tell whether it is true or false, right? Suppose if I tell, can you give one example for proposition? Suppose if I tell Sunday is a holiday, again, yes, it is true, and this can be categorized as a proposition. Okay. So I have given few examples on that. So anyhow, I think you remember that. And tautology, you already know a compound proposition whose truth values are always true is called as a tautology. And if it is always false, it is called as a contradiction. So you have to remember one compound proposition example for the tautology and contradiction. It's very much important. Okay, because you have to give the example for that. And dual of the statement, already I have told you. So just by interchanging conjunction, disjunction, tautology, contradiction, vice versa, in a compound proposition, so we'll get a dual of the statement. So for that, you just have to give one compound proposition example, and later you have to find the dual of that one. Okay, so then you will get full marks. And in the second question, asked to find the possible truth value, or if P implies false. So this kind of problems already we have solved. So this P implies of something. One case, there is the first one is true and the second one is false. So the P will be true and this is false. And once if you know that the second part is false, this disjunction will be false only in one case. So now the Q and R values are F and F. Okay, so like this easily can solve this kind of problems. So 5 marks, 6 marks, and one more question. Okay, see actually students most of the students by looking at this problem, they will think that this is out of syllabus. But can you guess actually what he is asking? Can you guess what actually he's trying to ask? He's asking like P ampersand of P implies Q is independent of its components. So what he's trying to ask? Exactly. So he's trying to ask you whether it is a tautology or contradiction. Okay. So see, actually what he's meant is the it will be always 0 or it will be always 1, irrespective of individual proportions P and Q. He's trying to ask. So the final answer of this will be either a tautology or a contradiction, right? So in this module, 6 plus 6, 12 marks, 12 plus 5, 17 marks. Okay, so out of the 40 marks, 17 marks already you know, right? So that is the end. In 2019 question paper, actually, I have seen that 2019 January question paper. Okay, so he has asked more problems only on that is the next coming topics. Okay, so next time I will include that question paper. Okay. Okay, students. So was it helpful? Because I know actually last hour class definitely you will be stressed again if I teach you. Okay, so it will be a stress for you. So instead of that, if I discuss question paper, it will be somewhat helpful for you. Okay, so now I won't force you all to solve the problems. What I will do is I will put each and every problem slide for 5 minutes. If you are interested, you can solve it. Okay, so I will just retain every question paper for every year question paper for about 5 minutes. If you are interested, you can solve it. Okay. Or else if you are confident, if you are confident, if you feel like you already know, you can log out, no issues. Okay. What I will do is for every 5 minutes once, I will just change the question paper. If you are interested in solving, you can solve. And regarding the loss of logic problems, I'm telling you, don't worry. Still, we have not practiced every problem. So once we practice all the problems, later you will get confidence. Okay. So from the beginning of the slide, I'll just retain every slide for 5 minutes. If you want, you can solve it. Okay. Thank you, students.